Leading towards a life of purpose. What are the steps you are going to take to live a life that is purposeful? So these are the 4 steps. Number 1 is what?
Management.
Number 2?
Productivity.
Number 3?
Dominion.
Number 4?
Succession.
So now let's take a look at them one after the other. What is the meaning of management? What is the meaning of management? Management means being accountable and responsible. Being what?
Accountable and responsible.
Again?
Accountable and responsible.
Accountability and responsibility. All the materials you have, your ability to be able to be accountable to them, all what you have in your possession, your ability to be able to be responsible for them is what makes you a good manager. Let's say, for example, you have 15 notebooks. How well are you accountable for it? When your parents ask you tomorrow to go and bring your books, are those books going to be complete? That is management. Okay, the 14 books are here, but one of them is with my friend. How responsible are you for the things you possess? The things you have at hand, your ability to manage them well, your ability to be accountable for them, your ability to be responsible for those things in your capacity, in your possession, is known as management. Let's take a look at time. Everybody has time, Abi. Everyone has the same 24 hours every day. That time you have, what are the things you are doing with that time? That is management. Can you be able to say these are the things I have done today? Can you say all the things I have done today, they are things that are meaningful? They are things that are contributing to my success. They are things that are contributing to my growth. That is management. All of us will have time. Then that time, what are you using it for? The food you have, how are you using it? Are you eating some and wasting some? That is management. Some people, they are good housewives. They know how to manage food. But some other wives, they will give their children food they cannot finish. And they will waste the remaining. That kind of wife is a bad manager. Because they are not accountable and responsible for the food, the clothes you have. Some people, they are using the same clothes for more than 5 years. Why the same clothes that you pick the same as Asoegbe and Asodo, you in less than 6 months, it has turned to rag. While another person is still ironing it and is making sense after 5 years. That is what? That is the same school uniform that you collect the same day. Your own is still neat, makes sense. It has not torn. Your own has torn. You don't iron it, it's dirty. That means you are a bad. You are not responsible. You are not responsible. Do we get that? That small amount of money that you have, I think you want to have millions, you want to have billions, but that simple 200 naira that is in your hand, that you possess. Management is all about what is in your hand, not what you don't have yet. What that thing that you have at hand, how well are you taking care of it? That is management. That is why big companies they used to have managers, Abi. That small amount of 200 naira that is in your hand, what did you use it to buy? You know that your parents do not have much money. They are managing to give you 200 naira to school, and you go and buy pop-up. Are you not going to steal at the end of the day? Because before 12 o'clock you get hungry. And if one of your friends can give you food, maybe when they go for something, you come back to class and eat part of their food. When you are supposed to go and find correct thing that you can buy with 200 naira. You that you are having 200 naira, you are now spending money like someone that is having 1,000 naira. That means you are not a good manager. You are not accountable. Accountability is all what you are using. If they say, okay, the money we gave you, how do you spend it? That is accountability. Okay, we gave you 500 naira. What do you buy? You now say, I bought sweet, 50 naira. I bought pop-up, 200 naira. I buy balloon, kobe, 100 naira. I buy what other thing that is not meaningful? You buy a few, 150. If you go and tell your parents these are the things you use your money. So your ability to manage, it is not only material things that you can see like this that you manage. This morning, I want to cook. I've forgotten to buy pepper. Then what did I do? When Papa Amida woke up, I went to collect pepper from her. I don't have a good relationship with Papa Amida. Will I be able to do that? White rice in my Ajewa school. I will not have oti Jakoli gbogbo àwọn ará àdúgbò. The one by this side, the one by this side, the one here, the one here. You are always fighting with everyone. Whenever you need anything, you cannot go to that person because you have already fought everybody. You cannot go to them and say, borrow me this thing or give me this thing. I have my money to buy, but say Alatauti Daddy Azelia, I used to cook Azelia before I go to pray for prayer. We go for prayer by 5:40. That means I must have woken up by 5 or even 4:50 or 4:40 to cook. Now, Alata Olumati died in 4:40. So I have to go to my neighbor. So because I've been able to manage the relationship between myself and Papa Amida, I was able to eat rice Alata this morning. If I was a bad manager when it comes to relationship, I would have ate white rice. I became more when school. I will have to, because potentials, as I've told you, potentials are the things, the gifts that God has given you. Potentials are the gifts that God has given you. Me, as I am, I can speak. I like speaking, I like teaching. But how well are you managing the gift that God has given? What are you teaching other people? Are they teaching them how to be a better smoker? In the app, Igbo yẹn tó bá mú báyìí at 75 degree. Tó bá mú sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ẹnu báyìí, tó bá fà ọlọ́ngbọ̀n kò ní sápọ̀ ẹ lórí. Is that the kind of teacher you are? Or the kind of teacher that is going to be teaching people on purpose? What are you using your potentials for? Àwọn ilé sọ̀rọ̀, àmọ́ ọ̀rẹ́ ó gbìyànjú ni. How well are you managing your potentials? Are we there?
Yes.
All the gifts that God has given you are very brilliant. But your brilliancy, instead of it to use to help other members of the class, you are using it to what? To intimidate them. Ìgbà tó rí tí yín kú. Come and help us. Igbe. Orí pé wọ́n lọ sanwó school mi. You are not a good manager of your potentials. Your potentials are supposed to be something that you use to help others, to impact others. Then you make money from it. It is those that you are teaching free that they are going to give you money one day. But because you are not teaching anybody what you know, you will end up being broke. Oh, nípadà lówó. When I'm teaching you like this in school for free, one of your parents, maybe they are passing, irú ẹ̀kọ́ tẹ́ni yín kọ́ àwọn ọmọ yìí dá. I want you to be teaching my own kids specially, and I will be paying you a particular amount of money. So you have to use your potential, your ability to be able to do things. You have to know how to use it to help others. So people will want to pay money for it later. Now, accountable for the potentials. Who gave you potential? God. That means you are not accountable to God. You just don't want to be okay. What are the things I gave you? How do you use it? You will fail that day. Responsibility. The God that is the owner of these potentials, when he's asking you, how responsible are you to the gift I give you? You are beautiful. Instead of you to use it to do good stuff. Ọlọ́gbàdìgbọ́n mú ní orí TikTok ni. The owner is going to ask you, how well have you used the potential I give you? Do you know there are positive ways of using beauty? Do you know? Ó mọ̀ pé tíyàwó yẹn bá fine tó bá sojú bò wá láti ta. Ó wá wọlé, ó wá rójú ìyàwó ẹ̀ tó káwọn ọmọ pọ̀ kẹ́yìn máa balẹ̀. You don't know? Go and ask your parents. Go and ask your parents. Àmọ́ ìwọ́n tiẹ̀ your beauty ó máa fi gbọ́ àwọn yòókù ni pé kó orí bó ṣe dàbí ọ̀bọ ọ̀padà yìí bó ṣe dúdú. Wọ́n sọ pé ìjọ tí wọ́n ń pín ẹwà kan bá Abdulazeez ò sí nílé orí àwáyé táwa sí fine. You are not a good manager. You will see in most organizations, if you go to their receptionist, àwọn tẹ́ máa kọ́ bá ń bẹ̀ àwọn tẹ́ máa fine ló máa wà ń bẹ̀. If you go to banks, if you go to big industries, their reception. Now the potentials that God has given you, how well are you managing it? We are talking about leading through a life of purpose. Leading towards a life of purpose. If you want to live a purposeful life, what is the first ladder you will climb? The next ladder you will climb that will carry you to the next ladder that will not carry you to the next ladder. First ladder is management. Those small things that you have in your possession, in your capacity. Time. Everybody have 24 hours. Abi? Health. Ara mi yá lónìí. You can be sick tomorrow, but you are healthy today. That healthiness, what have you achieved with it? How accountable are you with the time that you have? What are you doing with that time? That small amount of 200 naira, 1,000 naira, what have you done with it? The clothes you have, those 3 clothes you have, how well are you able to manage them? Are you? Management is about ability to be accountable and responsible to what is in our possession. Ability láti sọ pé bí mo ṣe lóhun tó wà lọ́wọ́ mi rèé, àǹfààní tí mo ní tó ṣe ní iná pè ní management. That means if you want to live a life of purpose, you have to be a good manager first. That is the number one thing. Whether you have discovered your purpose or not, your first responsibility is to become a good manager. All what you have in your possession, you must take care of them very well. Use them judiciously, efficiently, effectively. Now, number 2 is productivity. What did I say?
Productivity. Productivity.
Again?
Productivity.
Productivity is all about profitability, zero wastage. Now, what we are saying is that when you manage all the resources you have very well, you will become productive. You become productive. That means you become more profitable. The same amount of time that you have is the same amount of time I have. And that same amount of time is the one I use part of it to read. Are we there? Yes. Then I will now have good score. I will now have a better score. Me that I'm reading 2 hours daily, 2 hours per day, and you that you are not reading at all, you only read during exams. Me, I have managed my time very well. Then profitability, kí ni profit? Èrè. Nígbà tí èrè ẹni tó bá ń kàwé bá ń jáde, ta ló máa jèrè jù? Ẹni tó ń kàwé. Management will bring about productivity. When others are advertising their business, ìyá kìíní, ohun tí mo ń tà lélẹ̀, ìyá kìíní, this is what I'm selling, ìyá kìíní, this is what ìwọ gbẹ́nu rọ̀. You are not telling anybody. Who will sell more? ìyá kìíní that knows how to go and tell people, this is what I'm selling. See, these are ẹwà bàtà yìí. Àti Singapore náà ti kó wa. Ṣé Barack Obama in bàtà tó wọ̀n bí kẹ́lẹ́ the president? Now you are doing all of those wahala up and down. Ẹnìkan wá jókòó, òun ò ṣe wàhálà kankan. That other person is able to manage his time, meeting other people, the skill of communication and others, negotiation. Nígbà tẹ́ni ti tọ̀hún yẹn tó bá make a big amount of money, the other one is making small amount of money. See, you cannot become purposeful if you don't start with this. The number one key to a purposeful life is manage. Ito wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀sìn, iná ni kò mọ̀ manage. If you now manage it very well, you become productive. O wá ń kàwé dé àwọn yòókù lọ. O wá ń gba first. O wá rí scholarship. O wá lọ lé èbó. O wá bí àwọn ọmọ. Ìwọ wá ń gbélé tó fine. Ìwọ wá ń gbádùn ayé. Bó ṣe máa ń tẹ̀léra wọn nìyẹn. Productivity is from the small amount of things that you have, that you manage well, is what will bring about productivity. Productivity is all about profitability. You don't want to waste anything. You don't want to waste your time. You don't want to waste your food. You don't want to waste your clothes. You don't want to waste any of the materials you have. That is productivity. If any money is leaving your pocket, you can be able to be accountable for it. You can account for all the money leaving your pocket. You are responsible for all the money leaving your pocket. You are responsible for all the children you have. You are accountable for all the children you have. Lọ́jọ́ tán máa ń jèrè ọmọ, ìwọ ló máa jèrè. But if you are not accountable for your children, ọmọ wọlé kò wọlé, ó jẹun kò jẹun, ó sùn kò sùn, ó ṣeré kò ṣeré, ó lọ ilé kí kò lọ, ó lọ church kò lọ. Ìjọ tán máa ń jèrè ọmọ, tí bá rí ọmọ ẹ̀, ìgbọ́n máa fi yọ. Because you have been able to manage your own child life. Are you there? You have been able to manage your own child life, your children's life. You are responsible for them. You are accountable. You are accountable for your children's activities. Do you become a good manager?
Yes.
Do you want to be productive?
Yes.
Do you want to dominate?
Yes.
Before you can dominate, you must be productive.
Yes.
And before you are productive, you must be a good manager. There is no way, there is no any other way. If you are not managing all the small things you have at hand now, when you have big one, you will not manage it well.
Yes.
You have 100 naira, you are eating chinchin abi. When you have 10,000 naira, you be eating shawarma.
Yes.
Oúnjẹ nìkan wàá mọ bí gbogbo owó ẹ jẹ. You will not have any savings to build house, to buy car, to invest, to have other beautiful things. When you have small amount of money, ask yourself, what am I using it for? When it becomes big, that small things that you are doing, they are the one that you are going to amplify. It's just like multiplying. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 1,000 is 2,000. Minus 2 times 5 is minus 10. Minus 2 times 1,000 is minus 2,000. Bó o bá ṣe ṣeré sí, bẹ́ẹ̀ lòdò yóò ṣe pọ̀ sí. Bó o bá ṣe ṣiṣẹ́ sí, bẹ́ẹ̀ lòye yóò ṣe pọ̀ sí. Then we now move to subsection. Ladder yìí wá move from management to productivity. Productivity ladder to dominion, from dominion to succession.
Succession.
Ìgbà náà máa sọ pé àwọn owó náà so ire. That is when they will now be mentioning your name. Succession is all about legacy. What did I say?
Legacy.
Succession is all about legacy. What did I say?
Legacy.
Legacy. Legacy is after you have died. What do people say after? What do people say about you? So this is where we are going to stop today. When you want to lead towards the life of purpose, these are the ladders. Management. Say it. Management.
Management.
Productivity.
Productivity.
Dominion.
Dominion.
Succession.
Succession.
Will you be a good manager?
Yes.
Do you want to be productive?
Yes.
Do you want to dominate?
Yes.
Do you want to succeed?
Yes.
If you want to be all of these three, you have to be a good manager.
Yes.
That's it.